Yes, boys, it's the Mad For It podcast. Tom, Adam, and Josh on the road to Oasis Live in 2025. Now, I'm going to start off today with something very small on the news front. It's a Noel spot. Here we go.
Amazing.
Right. He just done an interview with a bloke from NME about a book or some kind of book that he's doing. Obviously, haven't done the research. And it was about the Ticketmaster stuff. Obviously, we haven't heard anything about what he thinks or what the band thinks or management thinks. Yeah. And here, I'm going to quote him here. I knew it would be a big deal, but I had no idea how big of a deal it would be.
Sounds like an apology to me.
Yeah, that's good enough. All right, we're all happy with that?
Yeah, that's funny. It's just, I knew it was going to be a big deal. And that is that. like that's
literally that, isn't it?
He's like, he
that
doesn't care.
Yeah.
But yes, I mean, good thing that the NME doing the Lord's work. Fucking rubbish.
They must be doing like 50 stories a day on this reunion.
Have you ever seen like fucking interviews that they do? And it's like university students. Like the one main guy who does it has a notepad on his lap the whole time. It's like the same guy who's like must have just been there as an intern when they folded. I remember watching documentaries about the NME and it was like, oh, it was crazy. Like it's actually like obnoxious and annoying and lame when you see just old fucking fools. Yeah, we're doing cocaine and we were getting their tits out in the office. It was the NME. We were rocking. It's rubbish.
So that's the news of the day. But the biggest thing we're going to talk about today is the news and the release date for the Beatles movie.
Amazing.
I'm told
Movies.
I'm told it's 4 movies. And the most heartbreaking thing I read in the press release was that Sam Mendes, director of Skyfall, The Terrible Spectre, American Beauty, which has aged horribly, 1917, which we saw at the cinema, which was shite.
Bond.
Well, Skyfall and Spectre, right?
Yeah.
That's it. That's your bonds. He said in the press release, if I can find it, 1 second, please. It's the first bingeable movie experience, which I think is an interesting way of saying in 5 years' time, all the Marvel movies are going to come out in a week, rather than like, oh, we need to go every month and see one. Now they're just like push them into a month. Oh, I like the Ringo one, and I like this one, and like you have to see this one. Oh, you haven't seen this one, but you're not going to get the Easter egg from this. And it's
Happy Meal movies.
Yeah,
they put them all out on the one day. It's like, well, they've got to go see them. Like, I'm hoping it's like all filmed from the same perspective. I think we should talk about this at the end though, because we can get down such a rabbit hole on this.
Got a lot to say.
Plenty to talk about.
Stick around.
So let's name the 4 boys just to get this bit out of the way. So Harris Dickinson as John Lennon, Paul Mescal as Paul McCartney, Barry Keoghan as Ringo Starr, and Joseph Quinn as George Harrison. Yeah. So that's not really what we're here to talk about, is it?
Yeah.
We didn't come here to talk about the bloody Beatles over and over again.
But we will at the end.
We will at the end, so stick around for that, because that's going to be good. What we're going to talk about is, let's flip the switch. Let's say, what if there was an Oasis movie?
Oasis the movie.
Yeah.
Well, there is going to be an Oasis movie for this tour.
That's not a movie, that's a documentary.
It's a documentary directed by the Peaky Blinders director.
Oh, it's going to be a right old time, isn't it?
Liam wearing a flat cap.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be like, I've seen the first season of Peaky Blinders years ago, before the mania of knobheadery that came after it. Thomas Shelby tattoos weren't to be had back then, But if it's got that same, they're obviously going to have that kind of swagger of him walking down a street in slow motion. The swagger's going to be there, it's Liam Gallagher. But it's going to be like so... It's going to be... let's get the Peaky Blinders guy because we want it to look like the Peaky Blinders. I hope it's full of like bad covers of Oasis songs by contemporary bands like doing like Peaky Blinders is full
200%.
Yeah, literally Arctic Monkeys playing Red Right Hand in like every season or something. It's like, oh, look, Liam's in a bar fight and what they're going to play. Like, it's like not period accurate. But... that's going to be that won't come out until way after, like a year after, probably, for the Nebworth gigs.
Yeah, when they've got another tour to promote. Yeah, that'll be it.
Yeah, well, like you said, talking about the Nebworth, whenever that'll be next year or the year after, where they say, right, for all of those that you didn't go to this huge world event, come to Nebworth because they're playing every weekend, like Peter Kay.
It might come out at Christmas. Imagine that. Christmas little release. It'll be out on DVD, probably video.
It's Peter Kay again. They've got the Peter Kay cycle of like do a gig in August, release it for Christmas.
Yeah, it'll be big, won't it? Every single person who goes to the gigs is gonna watch it.
But is it going to be a track for track, like the gig, or is it going to be just a bunch of stuff?
I think it's going to be the rehearsals, live songs cut between then smaller segments.
So not actually that interesting then, just like
footage. That is the interesting bit though.
Yeah,
but
I'm
not
bothered
after
about
the
just seeing what I've already seen.
I don't want to see him walk on stage and be like, oh right, and then it fades to black and
and then they come back like, oh, that was such a shite gig, that one. That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
Like, it all went wrong.
I want to see the
drama.
Bonehead. Have you?
I want Bonehead, uncut Bonehead.
Yeah, Bonehead will be in there. Yeah, Bonehead uncut.
Yeah.
But like, have you seen the Bros documentary that they made for their comeback?
I think we watched it once.
It is unbelievable. It is like everyone says it's Spinal Tap unintentionally. Like these guys are in the sense of ego and self that they have is unbelievable. And they film this thing and they just fall out the whole way through it. They like say mad shit. Like it's like he's like fire ice kind of thing.
Right.
It's like, and when we're together, we're a fortress.
He was a rectangle and I was a rectangle, and we made a square, which therefore is a fortress. We became each other's fortress many times.
And it's just like they thought this out is so smart about it. But this guy's obviously going and he's like licking his chops thinking, this could go all tits up. I'm not going there to get them just being nice, hugging and kissing.
Yeah.
He wants a bit of like tension
drama.
in there. Like,
Yeah.
He made bloody Peaky Blinders, the most tense TV show ever made.
Apparently so. All right, then let's get right to the point then. So Noel and Liam, if in a fantasy movie, Dreamcast, Sega Dreamcast, I'm going to go first, and I'm going to say Timothée Chalamet in both roles because he's the only actor available.
Yeah.
He's the only person in the world that acts anymore.
Chalamet was a maybe on all the roles
Yes.
for me.
Oh, brilliant. There we are. All right. So do we want to we'll do both of your Noels first?
Okay, but so my Noel, I was like, who looks like Noel? Also, I thought the big two, they've got to be actors, right? The rest can be filled in with other people. I was like, these got to have the chops to do it. Do you remember the guy from The Bodyguard? Richard Madden, that guy. He looks a bit like him. That was my...
The Bodyguard from like 1986.
No, the guy from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, the Game of Thrones guys, which I've not seen.
Richard
but like
Madden.
that guy, he looks like he could grow mustache and chops.
But that was Liam that chops, wasn't it? Oh, I guess.
Yeah, I want this is
Noel
Noel.
like chops.
Noel like chops, man. Noel's got great chops.
All right, I stand corrected, gents.
So I that's my suggestion. Serious guy as well.
I don't know who that is, but when I watch this back, I'm sure it'll be on screen and I'll be educated. Joshua, what do we think?
See, so mine has now changed a bit because I like yours so much. It's not the same.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
but
there we go.
Originally, so for Liam, I was going to say...
No. You've got to do Noel
For
first.
Noel.
For Noel, I was going to say Sam Rockwell.
Yeah,
I can see it. Yeah,
fun.
Yeah, this is based off something recently that I've been watching, so it's heavily influenced the dynamic between these two. I liked, and I want to see it in the Oasis.
All right,
they've got to look a bit like them, I think, at least for the main two.
Well,
you can get away with it for the other band members.
You guys saw
Can
Better
I say
Man.
who else I was going to say for Noel?
Go on.
Yes, of course.
Jesse Eisenberg.
Okay.
I was like Jesse Plemons, Jesse
Eisenberg.
Yeah, the wimp of our century.
Yeah. What's he called?
Well, he played Zuckerberg,
yeah,
so he's got form
Wimp.
for it.
Yeah,
he's got form for this.
Yeah. All right, then let's do your Liam.
I think I might have gone too wildcard with these early choices.
All right,
do you remember the guy from Misfits, who's like a bit manic in the later series?
Glenn Danzig.
Joe Gilgun.
Jerry Only.
The curly haired
who's in Brassic, which I've not seen, but is on buses.
You blow my mind.
That guy, he's very like mad energy. I'm like, he could be, and he like looks a bit like Liam.
Why do you keep naming like actors things that aren't as like
because
popular as their main thing? Like he was in This Is England.
I've seen Misfits and The Bodyguard. I haven't
Woody
seen
in This
Game
Is
of
England.
Thrones
Woody from
or
This
Brassic.
Brassic season 8 that no one watched.
I've not seen it.
Like
you haven't seen This Is England?
No, I haven't seen Brassic. He is in This Is England, but I thought that's.
But
too
you
far
knew he
gone
was
now.
in that.
Yeah, but that's too far gone now, though.
Right.
Yeah. Do you know Mark Hamill, who was in whatever? Yeah, the voice of the Joker. Luke Skywalker. Yeah, like it's that same kind of thing.
Okay, I'm looking forward to your suggestions.
Well, you've had mine. So
That's
it's you. It's just you for Liam then.
Okay, so for Liam then, because mine was based off watching White Lotus.
Yeah.
And Sam Rockwell's in it, and Walton Goggins.
Okay.
So I thought Liam Gallagher, played by a mid-50-year-old man, with the biggest set of chops he's ever had.
Yeah.
Walton Goggins and Sam Rockwell. It's not accurate. It's probably more accurate with James Buckley and Sam Hayden. What's
Joe Thomas.
Joe Simon. But
which you know from Fool's Gold instead of In Between.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I would say the festival.
Yeah.
Or then if it was the other one that I was originally going to the one that came up off your recommendation, it was going to be Michael Cera. So it's going to be Jesse Eisenberg and Michael Cera as the Gallagher brothers.
Wow, that would be amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Christ. All right, should we go through the lesser tier characters?
They're all top tier.
Play
for me,
around.
but
Well, of course they are.
And I've got all the rest of my suggestions are more famous than the two I've just given you. So
Okay, well, that's the start. That makes a change.
right, who are we doing next then, Tom?
Well, I want to do Bonehead, but I haven't actually thought of these myself because in the hosting duties, I'm not.
Let me give you mine.
You inspire me. Yeah, come on.
Ray Winston.
Yeah,
come on,
75-year-old.
He's got it. Like he knows. Like I'm casual on the ages because they can de-age people now with the technology.
Yeah,
but I was like, Winston.
Yeah,
right, yeah. You don't mess with him, but you know he can be gentle as well.
I'm gonna have Vincent Price de-age him by 250
Ray Winston
years.
from the film Beowulf. That Ray Winston.
Who's your bone?
Mine would be John Cooper Clarke, but they actually shave his head.
Yeah,
No ball caps. He has to be.
No, the CGI shave and CGI goatee.
No, just shave his head. Just imagine what that head looks like under there.
Oh, do you remember Henry Cavill's CGI moustache?
Yeah,
Superman.
The lip.
Yeah.
yeah.
So then that leads us on to the Gwigster. Who we got for Gwigs?
Coogan. Steve Coogan.
That low down in the bill.
Yeah.
3 lines in the whole
film. This is star-studded, by the way. We've got the guy from Brassic, Ray Winston. Coogan.
Steve Coogan from Round the World in 80 Days.
He loves a like minor role in a Hollywood film, though, doesn't he? Like,
no, he doesn't love it. It's all he can get.
Yeah, he blew it with Jackie Chan, didn't he, on Around the World in 80 Days?
He did,
yeah. What was that one where he played like a parking attendant? What was that one that...
the police, the parole officer.
Parole officer.
Yeah.
I want to go back to that. That's amazing.
DVD.
Yeah, I haven't watched that forever. Right, who you got for the Gwigster?
Gwigster. Okay, yeah.
So sheepish little lad.
Oh, it would be.
At the back. Who have we got?
Yeah, but the guy played Ian Beale.
Yeah, give him a shout. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm drawing an Ian Beale is his name. Not. Yeah,
Ian from EastEnders.
EastEnders.
Him because he's got like an energy, a nervousness to him, as if you've seen Ian Beale perform.
Right.
You can give it. You'd have to put the accent
Incredible
on.
worker.
But a funny story. My brother, he was in the town my parents live in, and he was shopping in the area. He lives in the Cotswolds, and he came to the town. And my brother, when he was like 16 years old, him and his mates followed him round, going, "Beale, where's Phil? Beale." But then Charlie Brooker had a thing where he said that actor gets bothered by people.
He does. Have you seen that
yeah.
clip? Someone's doing like a marathon, or he's done a marathon or something, and someone goes, "Oh, you're right, Ian." He's like, "Fuck off."
No, yeah, they go, "I can't take it anymore."
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I've got nothing left. Original.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, really?"
That's his job. Like,
yeah, you've only ever had one role in your life,
Yeah.
and it's being Ian Beale, and now you're going to be Gwigster.
Yeah. Ian Beale from obviously from EastEnders for anyone
EastEnders,
that might not know overseas, because
overseas
we're a
people.
multicultural podcast now, not the people ourselves.
Our Tennessee
but the
fan
listeners.
is not going to know Ian Beale.
No, that's it.
So
we'll flash him up and just Google Ian Beale because it's a good laugh. Right. So this is all assuming that we can go into this in more detail, that the Oasis movie is going to take place in the original state. Obviously, right back from the start.
I think it's the whole career.
Right. Okay. Well, this is to be discussed. So then, Tony McCarroll, not Alan White, not Zach Starkey, not this new kid that's supposed to be coming back for the reunions.
Yeah.
Who you got for your TC? Or is it McCarroll?
I've got Paddy McGuinness from Take Me Out.
That's a very good one. Yeah.
Paddy McGuinness is a very, very similar vibe in
from
my
Max
head.
and Paddy.
Yeah. Road to Nowhere.
Right. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Nothing to say on that one.
What about you? You got one?
No. Well, I haven't.
So you've just.
Yeah,
you just threw us under the bus.
Yeah,
okay.
a little bit. Yeah, I thought
I
it'd be
spent
fun.
my entire dinner break coming up with a list.
I know that's your problem.
Googling Paddy McGuinness.
Well, I had to read about Sam Mendes' horrible ideas for the Beatles movie.
But
so
you've got an imagination.
not
come
quite.
off the top of the dome.
Okay, so my bonehead would be Vincent.
No, we're past
Price.
bonehead.
Oh, we just just Tony McCarroll then.
Who's
Did you say
McCarroll?
Vincent Price?
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah, it's a good one.
He's buying time here. Who's McCarroll?
Well, you do your McCarroll. Give me 5 seconds to think.
My McCarroll's Vin Diesel.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Vinny D with a little curly wig on.
Could have been Bonehead, to be fair. Vin Diesel
Yeah.
doesn't need any,
Oh, that's
shaving
what I'm
the
going to
head.
say. I want Bonehead to play Tony McCarroll.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my choice. Yeah.
That's good. And who else we got? That's it, is it?
Well, we can do Alan McGee is another one, another key figure in the
Mick
Oasis
Hucknall.
story. Oh yeah,
It's
absolutely.
like Mick Hucknall
Absolutely.
is playing
I'll
Alan
give it.
McGee.
I'll give you that
Yeah,
one.
Patsy Kensit.
Patsy Kensit.
Well, she's part of the linear.
She could probably
the
play
line.
herself,
Yeah,
can't she?
Right, she's in.
The woman from The Substance can play her.
Margaret Qualley.
The young one, yeah.
I
I
bet
get
you
the
want
one
that.
plays
Yeah,
Patsy
you're
Kensit.
saucy.
The woman from
Devil.
Better Man who played Patsy Kenzie, I'll get her. She could just have that. That's in the universe.
She's like, I'm typecast.
Better Man, yeah.
Lee Francis as Mel B. That's what we want.
He would have been a good shout. He could have been any one of them.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
You bastard.
He used to play everyone. Maybe that's the Oasis movie. Is actually all just done by Lee Francis in masks. That's a good clip to throw up. Is the Bo Selector one?
Well, Nicole, that was a bit weird and shit.
Because in one of my first jobs, I introduced my friend to Oasis through the Bo Selector clip because he loved Bo Selector and he used to watch that. I was like, you should actually give their music a listen. He's like, yeah, all right. And then I just gave him Definitely Maybe on CD. Yeah, so some people cut into it 3 different ways.
He loved proper Crimbo more though.
Yeah, that's it. More than Slide Away. Right. So Adam, you kind of referenced. Yes. Sorry.
Can I give you the rest of the band?
Oh, please.
That I want to do.
Oh, you got your Alan White. You've got your.
Yeah. I've got Alan White, and we've mentioned him already, but Joe Thomas.
Oh, of course.
Of Fool's Gold.
Yeah.
Because he's got experience acting Oasis, right?
Yeah.
But he's an everyman, isn't he?
He's
every
the
man.
people's
He's like
man,
the normal
isn't he?
guy.
Yeah,
he's a normal guy.
He's one of us.
And then I got for Gem Archer.
You went deep with this. You really you spent your whole lunch break on this.
I
didn't
did
you?
literally. I was late going back there.
God, bloody hell.
Matt King, Super Hands.
Oh,
yeah, he's Gem Archer because he's a bit like, you wear a floral shirt. Like he's got that vibe.
Yeah, excellent.
And then my last one, and this on the poster is going to have to be an and because they're famous
Belster.
enough. The Belster, James McAvoy.
Ooh,
the sweetheart of the band.
Yeah.
You know, that's how I want as the Belster.
The beating heart.
Bringing in McAvoy.
Of the second wave of Oasis.
That's good.
That's really good, isn't it? That's one my soul that has.
I might start with the Belster because it's fresh in the mind. But the guy who played the fish person in The Shape of Water in the Guillermo del Toro films would play Andy Bell. I think that's the guy.
The eye guy.
I think he played the same person.
Same guy.
It's the same guy. He uses him in everything.
Very dynamic.
He was the fishman
actor.
in Hellboy, voiced by David Hyde Pierce.
Wow.
They didn't use his voice originally, but that guy will play Andy Bell.
Oh, who my Gem Archer would be? Who voices Metal Gear Solid? Who voices Solid Snake?
David Hayter.
David Hayter. Yeah.
I mean, he's an actor.
He wrote The Watchmen.
He did. So
there we are. We're getting a bit deep into trivia and lore.
Yeah.
Should we move on? I've got a few points for us to jump straight over.
So, do you not want to know who's playing Zach Starkey?
How many fucking people have you got?
Well, Zach Starkey's obviously Barry Keegan because he's playing his dad.
Ah, look at that.
There you go.
Adam,
do you know what I'm going to say?
Yeah.
The guy who played Les from Les Alanos in Phoenix Nights, because he's got drumming experience, so he could just go up there. He'll be Zach Starkey.
You got the rhythm.
Well, I want to thank you for bringing it back round to Oasis. You have this really good way of making this podcast actually like a proper show, which obviously me and Josh don't, but there we go. Right, so another thing you mentioned was the story. You're happy to track from start to, finish, start to 2008, 91 to 2008?
I think
we're doing album by album.
The start of the band is the most interesting,
yeah,
and then the wild years.
Yeah.
We could make it a trilogy.
This is my thinking, yeah.
It could be a trilogy.
To that point, it could be a 6 to 8 part TV show.
No.
It doesn't have to be a movie. Imagine you could tell more story. You can pack more in. The Sex Pistols one did it. The Motley Crue one did it. It's the modern format. You get a band. You tell their life. You stretch it out.
I like the idea of a trilogy because you could play with the titles of the films with Oasis songs.
Yeah.
Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, kind of thing like that.
No one's going to go and see 1987 to 2003.
Well, yeah, just the
we
way,
would.
Yeah, I know. We'd have to. We legally have to.
Because what would you name your 3 films if it was based off Oasis songs? Because
Well,
I think you guys are going to go in a different circle than I'm going to go.
It would have to be something smart that ties into. The last one would be Married with Children, wouldn't it? Because they are then married with children.
Just about to say that.
Yeah. So the middle
I was
one.
it's the wrong time period. So then people are going to be like, "Oh, it's Married with Children."
You're not
it's
call it
fuming. It's all
Oasis
about
3,
Dig Out Your
Shock of the
Soul.
Lightning.
Yeah.
So then the first one would be, I don't know, Talk Tonight. It was some kind of initial starting point. I don't know.
Well, you could do the first one as the demise of the band. And then go back to the beginning as the next 2 are sort of prequels.
Prequels, yeah.
Because no one really wants to see the Dig Out Your Soul sessions. They want to see the breakup.
Yeah.
And then
that's very clever.
Back you go.
Yeah. I hope no
Late
one's
80s,
steal
early
this.
90s.
Yeah. I watched them announce the Oasis movie before this goes live.
Yeah.
Because that's what is just bound to happen. Oh, yeah, trilogy of movies, and they're going to call them this. Yeah.
And it's got the guy from The Bodyguard in it.
Yeah, it's got Matt King in it. Yeah, all right, so what... Hey, I got you. Right, so Smart asked, what are your top 3 movie titles? Yeah.
Well, I'd call it, the first one would be called Live, the second one would be called Four, and the last one would be Ever. So you have to get the box set in line so that the
Supersonic.
of it are yeah. So yeah, that's it. You go. That's how I go.
Away.
Yeah. What's your favorite? Oh, mine's 4.
Yeah.
It's
Oasis 4.
the Lord of the Rings, Twin Towers.
Oh
of
yeah,
that.
classic. It's the best one.
But yeah, like.
All right.
Yeah.
And so you agree, actually, I think, Adam, you made a great point that it should start at the end. So people will initially go and watch it, and they'll watch essentially what will be the rubbish story because it's kind of the end. But you get the fallout, the drama. But in that one, it would be 2008 Dig a Soul, but it wouldn't go to today where we see the reunion, everything's great.
No,
You'd
that's a different trilogy in itself.
That would be in...
That's the next 30 years.
Was it Sonic or whatever we said? What's the third one would be?
Can I give you my 3 titles for the trilogy?
Please do.
Okay, so the breakup one is Don't Look, because it's really bad.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you go back to the beginning, back in. And then the middle one is Anger, because they're angry boys.
Mate, have you already, is this already in motion? This is very well thought out. This is all on one lunch break. You should have lunch all the time. Oh, mate, you're miles ahead.
I was having lunch at Sony Pictures today.
Yeah, just spitballing.
Having a meeting. Yeah. Me and Joe Thomas.
Yeah, it's you could get like Nolan-esque like director to do it. Christopher Nolan himself. He loves messing with time.
Yeah.
So you could watch the film and have no fucking idea what's going on, and it could act smarter. It's just like, why we started here? Why is Liam in the hospital with his firstborn? And then we cut back, and then he's gone into another room, and now he's younger. What? And then at the end, you're like, oh,
it's Christopher Nolan film, so it's bollocks. Okay, right.
Like you could do something like that. Like you can get really clever.
Well,
with it.
I had an idea about getting clever with it.
Yeah.
Obviously, not as clever as I thought. Now I've got to go up against you. If this was a TV serial, let's say 5 members of the band, 6 episodes.
Yeah.
An episode per member.
Yeah.
So each.
Can you imagine
film.
that Alan White episode?
Well, this is what I mean. You kind of it lulls.
The court case.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh no, that's the wrong guy, isn't it?
Well, if this was Don't Look Back in Anger,
Yeah.
you'd have Liam first,
Yeah.
then the Noel one, and then both of them.
Bonehead's the last one.
So you tell it from one side of the story, and then you converge the stories.
It could be the same night where something's happened.
Yeah.
And then you say, I think you said earlier, like
3
different
movies,
perspectives
Yeah.
of like the falling out in Paris or like all these different things.
Yeah, Bonehead just pokes his head through the door and it's like,
Yeah.
they're arguing, I better not.
Yeah.
Wait, he wasn't there then anyway. Because we know our facts. We know everything about Oasis. You should trust us.
Yeah.
Paris, I meant when Ian Robertson got kicked out and they were going wild.
Talking about other Paris exploits of the boys, not the breakup.
Well, that was but it was.
Don't
it was
challenge
in
me for-
Spain, wasn't it? That was where they fell
Tell
out
me,
before
mate,
the
you tell
final
me.
breakup.
I thought it was V Festival.
No, but that was where they broke up.
We
And then they fell out in Spain, where Liam was accusatory towards Noel.
There we are.
And
Glad one of us knows.
attacked him.
Yeah.
There was an attack.
Let's cut that bit out. You look fucking clueless.
No, I like that. That's good. Right, another question. Should it be a musical?
No.
No, there shouldn't be any type of soundtrack.
No.
It should be almost like just like fucking what's he called who did Nashville?
Oh, huh? Bruce Springsteen.
No, the director.
Oh, Robert Altman.
Robert Altman. It should be. You can't make fucking sense of what's going on because it's just background noise. There's no music. You're just like, what the fuck is going on? There's no music in this. Even when they're like at a gig, it's just the sound of the crowd
Silent.
bouncing. There's no music whatsoever. No original score. Nothing.
Well, this was. Sorry, Adam.
No, I was going to say, what about we bring in Cast to do the soundtrack?
Oh yeah.
That's it. The Oasis movie soundtrack by
Soundtrack
Cast. That's
no original songs.
Yeah, no original
Yeah,
songs.
because this was my point. Because there was a Smiths movie that came out maybe 5 years ago now.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this could be all right. Like finally, tell that story. That'd be quite interesting. And it contains no original music.
Yeah.
And actually, the end of that movie is Morrissey meeting Ma at his door.
Yeah.
It's not the start. It's not the career of the Smiths. It's just like Morrissey mulls about for an hour and a half, and then Ma shows up and saying, "Oh, do you want to start a band?"
Yeah, because that was in the trailer. That like, oh, do you want to start a podcast? I'm like, okay, and I knew it had that waft of this is not except like official in any way,
which is good for us because that means that we could make an unofficial Oasis movie with all these great ideas that we've been coming up with. Cast it the way we want it: Vin Diesel, Vincent Price, Matt King, Joe Thomas. Get all our boys in the guy from the
If anyone's got $100 million out there,
they'll do it for free because they follow the podcast and they know that we're just we're hearty English. Just we want to make something good. And
can I make a case for one tiny bit of Oasis? I want where they've had a falling out, and obviously the soundtrack's been cast has been amazing.
Yeah,
and you just hear Dun, 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 just in the background, and then they walk away from each other. That's the only.
We can't license it. We'll have to key it up a key.
Yeah.
That's the only way.
Yeah, if we can't get that, just get the fucking EastEnders fucking tune.
That's it. Yeah.
Well, Ian Beale sorted out.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Like, who's going to turn down the rights for the soundtrack if you've got Vin Diesel, John Cooper Clarke? Oh, your guys are pretty straight laced. It was your
Vincent
Price. Yeah, exactly. Who's going to say no to
Resurrecting.
a Walton Goggins-led film with John Cooper Clarke? They're going to throw the Oasis rights.
Yeah, it'd be well, actually, you made a really good point about turning things down, because I re-researched and remembered that Noel turned down adding music to the Trainspotting soundtrack, because in the brief it just said Trainspotting, and he was like, "Oh, I'm not putting my songs in a movie about trains," and so that was one of his infamous duds, because he could have been, obviously they were the biggest band in the world, but to then throw what was that, 96? So they were like right in the pocket there, to throw Don't Look Back in Anger while the baby's crawling on the ceiling or something would have just been, they could have.
Don't look back as the baby's head spins around.
He's just a pillock, isn't he? He wasn't a bright guy when he was younger. Like,
he is the brains of the band.
But
you
can't
write
say songs,
that. He looks like Brains from Thunderbirds.
I don't want to hang out with like the only people who are really good at kind of one thing have nothing else to give elsewhere. That's why I'm not good at anything.
I wish we were good at one thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, like the whole thing, that should be fun. We should be good at doing an Oasis podcast, but we're not.
We just yell at each other.
We're like, he can cook. I don't know what you could do, but it's probably something good. And I'm good at...
You're not even good at that.
Yeah, I'm my biggest critic.
Right, you done?
Yeah.
All right. Biopics and music, movies, things like this. I've got top 3 that spring to mind. And you can laugh at me for the first one, but I think the other 2 are pretty valid.
Yeah, okay.
The Doors. I don't know if you've seen The Doors.
I've not seen it with Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer, directed by the guy that did JFK, and it's Just Left Me, and
Lee Harvey Oswald.
That's it.
Oliver Stone.
Yeah, that was funny.
that was really funny, by the way.
Love that. There's a lot of hair, and actually, can you flash up what Carl McLachlan looks like as Ray Manzarek? Because the wigs are amazing. It's very hippy dippy, but I love that to death. I'm Not There, the Bob Dylan biopic.
Yeah,
I think it's probably in my top 25 movies of all time. I think that
came out last year.
I'm Not There.
Yeah,
no, from like 2000.
No, I'm joking. I knew you'd be upset.
I think that I was upset. I think that's just absolutely phenomenal. It just does such a great job on just a film level, as well as like telling the story and his personalities through different characters. And then another favorite, 24-Hour Party People.
It's a great one.
Fantastic, all timer, isn't it? Tells the Manchester scene,
Yeah.
all the few bands through the years, Happy Mondays, Joy Division into New Order, of course.
I saw a clip of that recently when they're doing. Was it Control the song?
Yeah, Lost Control.
And they've got the drummer out playing on the roof. Yeah. And it's like the whole bit. And then at the end, they're driving off, and there's like, "Stop playing when we tell you." And then they drive off at the end, and he's still on the roof playing the one drum beat. It's so funny. Like, everything in that film is so good.
Yeah. So I think with those kind of like ideas in mind, and plus our ideas, I think we're onto a pretty good.
You
movie.
mentioned Joy Division. Control is a great music biopic.
I rewatched that recently on a plane.
It's very good.
And I remember really liking that as a kid, and then rewatching it, I was like, "Oh, it's all right. It's good." I remember it for a certain thing. It looks really cool. It's all good, but for some reason, I like him going really deep into the music stuff. It goes into the Ian Curtis thing of him being pretty much an arsehole the entire way, which I didn't pick up as a kid.
Right.
Because it's kind of like when I was 16 when that film came out, I wasn't aware of these like kind of strifes. Didn't even have a girlfriend or anything, so I wouldn't be able to
He didn't have a
realize.
girlfriend.
Like, he is actually like a turd in this. It doesn't tell a great story of him, but then he's fucking it's weird.
But that's why it's good, because it's like warts and all. It's not like some of them where it's like, and they were the best person.
That's
ever.
what I was going to talk about was Bohemian Rhapsody. Things like
that,
like
I got no interest.
Oh, we put it on for a laugh just for like the first 10 minutes, and even at the start, he's lying in bed with the girl, like playing a piano over his head, and he's playing, and it's him finding Bohemian Rhapsody throughout the thing, and it's like
he's in bed going, Dale.
I'll flash up a picture of what Freddie Mercury really was doing in bed.
Yeah, please don't.
Sacha Baron Cohen wanted to make a film
where
he was Freddie Mercury, which would have been really good,
and
but
go on.
He wanted to show, like you said, warts and all. He wanted to show the parties that you'd have where you'd have like
the cocaine on the dwarfs'
little
heads
people, and they had cocaine on their head.
And if you watch any Freddie Mercury material, he's just the funniest,
he's
wittiest.
The guy.
Yeah, he's gonna just slap you in your. And like you put up the clip of Simon Ferocious about when he's talking about scissors. where was that in the movie?
Yeah.
Why is it Rami Malek kind of swanning around doing like almost like a Jim Morrison thing?
Yeah.
Just like, oh, hello, yes.
The thing that annoys me about that film is like everything about it.
Yeah.
Watching it, he shows up with like, I guess his long-term partner, who the guy became his long-term partner, and he's like, goes to see his family. He's like, we're going to Wembley to perform at Live. It's a big. He's never been to a rock concert. His family are like, well, good luck with that. It's like his family would have been there. Like, they were like, oh, Live, you're doing that. That's on TV now. It's the biggest thing. Yeah. Oh well, have fun.
The thing I would say about biopics though is usually they try and cover too much ground, which is why I think our Oasis trilogy works. Because like you could do just like a few years of like Freddie Mercury's life or Elton John's life. And that would be enough to fill a film because like loads of stuff was going on. That they have to have that horrible like exposition dialogue where it's like 5 years have passed. Like, oh, and today, Freddie, you're performing. Like they have to do that, but it's so clunky.
Yeah.
Like they don't.
It's like the Elton John one was like that. Like I really like Elton John's first album. It's like I bet all Elton John albums are really good, but the only one
he liked them before he was big.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I really love that album. But they don't go into that. In his first meeting for a record deal, he plays Your Song, which came out like about 10 or 12 years after his first album. So it's like he didn't come in with the fire of that on the first. And it's like, and I'm there like, well, this isn't accurate.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's like, this is made for me. This is made for my mum. This is made for people sitting around at Christmas.
I watched it
celebrations.
at Christmas about, like 5 years ago,
Exactly.
whenever it was, 4 years ago. And it was just awful. Yeah, it was. And that's what I mean. So we're not going to have a musical element to our songs. We're not going to like create a scene like, you know, walking down the
They actually don't even mention Oasis in this
just
biopic.
a bunch of blokes
They're
in
just like
coats,
hanging around in rooms.
There's only one bit. It's
tuning
like,
up.
oh, do you want an Oasis? And it's like, that's it. That's all they do. But yeah, we're basically hitting all the marks of what people want from an Oasis film. Is no music, badly mixed audio, and actors who don't fit the roles.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
I mean, in our unlicensed version, you know, I think that's going to be a real sell. I think that's going to be pretty good.
So you said your favourite musicals,
Well,
like
not musicals.
biopics, sorry.
Yeah.
But
Musicals.
Gone with the Wind. Yeah, like
hello.
Oh, Gone with the Wind isn't even a musical, but yeah. What about yours, Adam?
I think I don't really like them that much. Control is very good, I thought, at the time. But I haven't seen it in like when that came out, like 20 years ago.
It's been a while. But that's Anton Corbijn that did the videos for them, or at least the last video for Ceremony. So he was a bit closer to the material.
Yeah.
Like it was more like,
But I haven't seen the Elton one. I've not seen the Freddie Mercury.
It's because you know better, right?
But I know enough about these people. Like I sort of, it maybe going back to Oasis, I'd rather have something about like Andy White, Alan White, or Andy Bell, because I don't know anything really about them.
Yeah.
Whereas like I know everything about Noel and Liam, just about, but like their story is so well told, is what I'm trying to say here.
So how would you retell it in
exactly?
a way that
how would you do it
doesn't
without
tread-
it being, oh, and that's when this happened, and then
Yeah.
here's this happened, and then.
But then,
I'll tell you how you do it.
oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Noel and Liam, played by CGI chimpanzees.
Oh,
The fucking Robbie Williams, like that biopic, did everything that I think is what you should do.
Yes.
You should subvert expectation, but you tell the story, but you create such a far-fetched kind of element of it that you can step away from the realities of these things because you're looking at CGI ape. It gives you more leeway to do things. Take stories like little hints of stories and blow them up and fictionalize it to a point where there's reality inside of it. But it's based off like small fictional events. It's like, oh, well, they had a fight here. No, they literally fucking almost died and it was a bloodbath. It was like the Kill Bill fight.
Middle-earth.
Have it like exaggerate to the point of like insanity. Then you can't criticize it for being inaccurate. And it's entertaining.
If
Well
we're going to
said.
cast Noel and Liam as animals, then what animals are they going to be?
that's great.
Can I give you?
Please, yeah.
Liam is a zebra. Noel is a horse. Because they are related,
they are
basically.
related.
They look the same kinda, but
Yeah.
one's got the flair.
We need to get
Flair
a zebra
player.
and a horse right away.
yeah.
It's going to write itself. What about you, Sunshine?
I mean, you say dog and a cat, they can't coexist together.
Well, that's
it's
what-
lame, but it's like
That's what Noel said about them.
Oh, did he?
He
Yeah,
said,
that's why I'm saying it. That's
He's
what I'm saying.
he's an independent cat, and Liam is a kind of dog that kind of does his own thing.
Cow and chicken. I'm
Cow
just
and chicken,
naming
yeah.
pairings of animals.
Duck
now.
and a goose. Yeah, why not?
But yeah, they could be. You could just do that. Yeah, like Madagascar. But yeah, just do a Pixar film of the Oasis brothers,
Yeah.
like Seth Rogen did with the hot dog or whatever it was.
that's
Sausage
awful.
Park.
Yeah. Just do that. Make an animated
Well,
anime of it.
It could be an
Anime.
animation. It could be an animation.
Yeah,
Studio Ghibli.
Are the boys from the pub going to want to watch a Studio Ghibli movie about Oasis? Because you've got to have that gritty, earnest, this is England about it. I mean, you have to have that. You can't remove that and put Technicolor all over it.
It'd be a lot easier for Timothy Chalamet to play both the brothers, though. Yeah. If it was just voiced, because he just sits in the studio on his own, can't he? Perfect.
Yeah.
And we're getting the budget down for the investors who are watching as well.
Yeah, we're just going to take our idea.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think what else you could do with this movie. Like, I mean, it's going to happen.
Spin-off.
It's going to
Bonehead spin-off.
Bonehead spin-off, yeah. But that's a TV series, like
Rogue
they
One.
do with these Marvel things where they make the film.
There's
a TV show, and it's like
12 parts.
It's like Bonehead, but it's kind of like open all hours.
What if Bonehead never left? It's like an alternate reality, like a Marvel. Like, what if he never left and he went from 2000 all the way to 2008?
Breaking Bonehead.
Yeah. Exactly what he did between the time
the
before he got the
years.
call back.
That's what's more interesting though.
Yeah,
than
just
like,
make it up.
They went to Brit Wars
That'd
and
be
got
amazing.
like trolleys.
If you watch a film, it's like a film's coming out about Bonehead in the time between leaving Oasis and that, like,
and the reunion.
What it's like to be in the biggest band in the world and then have to sit back. That he gives a shit about the other guys. Bonehead's the man.
He's the boy.
And you just have him there, like, doing what he had to do. Taking up jobs, doing grouting for people, and Stephen Graham could play him.
Stephen Graham plays everyone, so he's and it'll all be one shot because that's Stephen Graham's new thing. Is everything has to be in one shot for some reason. Bonehead point, boiling point. I'm trying to find a joke there. It's not happening.
Yeah, Bones Brigade. I don't know. Yeah, there's got to be one in it. It'll come
the
to
Bonehead Collector.
Right then, gents, the only thing left to talk about today on this movie extravaganza, some great ideas, by the way. I'm proud of you both very much so. The Beatles movie. Anything to say? Oh, movies, sorry, I should say. The Beatleverse. Anything to say about it?
This goes back to what we were just saying, though. And I think I'm probably more interested in the other two rather than John and Paul. Like, again, like everyone knows everything about them. Like, we've all had that story. Like, the other ones are like more interesting to me.
Who's going to play Yoko? Zendaya.
Well,
the only woman
let's
in.
Look at the actresses who it could be.
Tread very carefully here.
Have you got anything to say about the Beatles movie yourself?
I mean,
Movies.
I couldn't give a shit about Paul Mescal.
Will you watch it?
If it's got good reviews, if they do it right, because it's
so hard to get in. It's got good reviews.
It's quite bombastic to make 4 films. I don't know if they're all coming out at the exact same time.
Same month.
The same second.
It'd be a week each, I think.
I mean, I like fucking I forgot his name.
Kogan.
Harrison.
Yeah, I don't know the other.
He's a good actor. The Joe guy, whatever. Barry Keoghan.
Joe Thomas.
That's the film I want to see the most.
Yeah, Ringo.
I absolutely want to see the Ringo one out of all of them. That's the first one I watch. Like, but you've hired these like really handsome lads, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't think John Lennon is a good-looking man. Okay. Paul McCartney's fine, or Billy Shear, as if some people believe,
when he died. And got
but
replaced.
George Harrison's a good-looking bloke, so that's fine.
Ringo's the worst looking though.
No, Ringo.
Like, we love him, God love him, but
Ringo
he's one of our boys.
so cool in that Get Back. He was Get Back.
with the moustache.
Apple.
Yeah,
he looked cool.
Yeah, the red raincoat.
But I feel like it's like, let's slag off Ringo. That's going to be the one that's truly. They're going to save that one. That's going to be the Oscar-winning one. That's going to be the one where it's like full of heartbreak and such emotion, and it's going to end with a monologue from him.
Ooh,
and he's going to say, that's it, the accents. They're going to do like the accents.
Well, they're going to have to do the accents.
Well, that's the whole thing, isn't it?
And they're going to have to try and look kind of thing. You're going to see like, there's going to be footage of one of them walking and it's like flashing of like paparazzi as he's getting in a car, like looking kind of sexy and just like, oh, Linda's so good. And it's going to all be about Linda McCartney, I guess, because of the time. And it's like, Paul's getting through him now. Like.
Well, I was just about to say that thing that you just suggested, we should play that over the eventual movie because that's what's going to happen. And your prediction is going to come true.
Well, because by the time this comes out, the fucking trailer for this film will be out, and
it'll be over by then.
But I mean, I've waffled on about. It's like I'll see how it is. I'll watch it when it's on streaming. That's as good as I get.
I want to see if they do a thing where they line all of them up, and if you play all of them at once,
they're going to do like the album cover. Cool. Do you know the 4?
Yeah.
What album was that?
Then you open it up, it's got a DVD. That's it. It's a really unwieldy DVD case. Absolute nightmare to put on your shelf.
I wonder if Apple TV are going to try and buy it.
It's not a streaming thing. Is
no,
it? I thought it was a proper
it'll come out in cinema so they can
thing.
try and get Oscars.
As proper as Sam Mendes can make.
Yeah, like every biopic now has to get an Oscar. Someone has to be up for an Oscar.
You're going to have to be really careful with the run times, though, because imagine John and Paul's are like 3.5 hours, and then like George Harrison's is like 45 minutes.
I
went to India.
Hope it's all the same film, shot on 4 different cameras in the same scenes. So you're just watching it, looking at someone else. Yeah. It's like the exact same, but you're just looking at Ringo the whole time.
Amazing. Yeah. Just
could be like Peep Show, and you can hear their thoughts. Like, bloody don't like Ringo today.
I left me jam in the cupboard.
I know instantly, like watching that Get Back documentary, even though it's like 12 or 15 hours long, it's so good. Well, you can put it on the background and listen, and you just the dynamics and the relationship of the people at that time, their troubles and the strife in that.
Yeah.
It's like so relatable that they're going to make a film, and it's just you have an experience of what they were like in a time, especially that was the last time they played together, and they were done. And you see it there, and it isn't explosive or volatile like you'd imagine this film's probably going to do. Like, because you don't want to see it about them touring around Berlin before they were famous or something.
Well, they're definitely going to do all the Cavern Club and stuff.
They have to finish it. Like,
Hamburg. Whatever.
Like...
Right, final question. Let's wrap this fucker up. Final question. Let's wrap this up. I need a subtitle from each of you, one each, of the Beatles movie. So what's Paul's subtitle in his movie? I'm going to give you John.
Oh, are you getting a different one?
We're doing one each because I'm trying to speed this up to get to the end.
Okay, right. Well, Paul nonsense, innit? Granny shit. That's
brilliant,
the
right.
subtitle.
John?
Where's my dinner, bitch? Because he's got a reputation of whacking women around.
Yeah. He sings about it as well. You getting George?
I've got this film set on you.
Hey.
Set on him because it's a setup. Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Ringo, our dear beloved Ringo, the subtitle for the film. 2028.
It'll just be with Barry Keoghan underneath.
Yeah, Ringo's is going to be, I was going to say Ringo the Gringo, but there's already a Gringo Star band, isn't there? So it's old hat. Ringo. Ringo Around the Roses.
Yeah, all right, yeah.
No, it's not great.
Ending with a whimper on the Mad For It podcast. If you stuck around this long, cheers. Subscribe to all the stuff. You know what to do by now. Thanks for watching and take care. We'll see you guys soon. See you next Thursday. Mad For It.